It is Monday, July 21st, 8:47 a.m. I just pulled into the gym. I just dropped Ryan off at Planet Fitness, and then I come to a different gym on Mondays because they have the Squat Pro and the hip thrust machine and barbells that Planet Fitness does not. Monday, lower body A day, is my hardest training day. I'm starting to really look forward to it because I can really push myself. With having more energy, it's more exciting for me to come and train, and it doesn't feel like something I just have to check off because I'm excited now to use this extra food, use this extra energy to improve. I will say, coming after week after week after week of travel and prep and just being like 2 weeks post-show, I am really feeling it in my body. Like today I woke up, I just felt like I was hit by a truck. It's just starting to catch up with me. Few things I'm navigating. I do have a new meal plan, so I have different foods on my plan. So I'm trying a new protein powder and it's not going so well. So that was my first meal. Protein powder, cream of rice, banana almond butter. This is exciting for me because I haven't had protein powder in quite a while. So I'm trying a new brand and I don't think it's working very well with my stomach because I don't feel very great right now. I'm a little bloated. So many new brands out that I'm interested in trying. I have a new recipe that I'm going to share with you guys. It works really well when I use a little bit and I blend it into a protein pancake, and I put a little bit in my cream of rice this morning because I get a scoop and a quarter. But when I blend it all together and I drink this particular brand, it doesn't get cold. I like it cold, like icy, not icy, but cold mixed with ice. And no matter how much ice you put in it, it's kind of warm. And then I've noticed it also gets kind of foamy. There's a lot of air in it. So right now I'm pretty bloated. I like the taste. It's just, it's not really agreeing with me. I have been through this before, navigating, finding a protein powder that's good and right for me. So I think it just might take a minute. So I'm kind of going through that right now. One thing I really want to work on this improvement season is my body confidence and not hiding in oversized baggy clothes the entire time. Last improvement season, I wore leggings and hoodies the entire time. I did not look at my body in the gym. I did not watch myself improve. So as I started getting lean, I was shocked. I was like, wait, what? That makes me sad. And I'm sad I didn't, I was also in the thick of being a business owner. I didn't have time. I mentally wasn't it wasn't an enjoyable process for me. It was really difficult mentally. So I want to just have a completely different experience this time. And I also want to be a good example and not just show and post my body when I'm stage lean, because of course it's so easy to get dressed in the morning when you're ready to step on stage. I found myself wanting to grab oversized, baggy, whatever, and there will be days that I will for sure, but I just want to be conscious. I want to watch myself improve this improvement season. I want other people to watch me improve this improvement season, and I want to be proud of all the hard work that I put in, whether I'm ready to step on stage or whether I'm getting thick. It's part of the process. I think so many people do just show the highlight reel, just show when they're ready to step on stage, and I don't want to be that kind of an example. I'm just being aware of it. So today I put on shorts, this is my favorite off Amazon. It's a halter and it covers my stomach. It's not completely cropped. And then I think it's just best for me to wear something I can take off. When you have layers, you can just take it off and put it on. So anyways, I'm going to go and get this workout in. Happy Monday, happy rebound. Let's go. Ooh, all right. I am feeling so much better. You guys, this is my first actual workout in 5 weeks. Because it's literally been back-to-back shows, and the weeks in between we've been traveling for Ryan shows, so I've just been all over the place. I didn't really realize that until I was halfway into it. I feel this compares to a holiday. So Christmas or Thanksgiving, when you indulge and live your life and take time away from training, and then you come back on that Monday after a holiday weekend and you're just but better. Because it's every holiday, you're okay, I can do this better next time. I can do this better next time. I hope people think that way. I think that way. But that's how I feel about this. What a really good workout. First official lower body day of improvement season. I didn't wear my jacket the whole time. I took it off right at the beginning. I took extra time to stretch. I took some content. I had a very good confidence day at the gym. So I'm proud of that. I do have to go pick up Ryan and then go home and do my post-train cardio, which is 20 minutes. This workout took me 2 hours to get through. However, I did take time to stretch before because, again, my hips have been so tight from sitting for show, sitting in the car, sitting for travel, just too much sitting, and I already have tight hips as is. So that was really good for me. Really happy with how I'm feeling going into this Monday. It's 5:07 p.m. and I think Mondays are gonna be my new self-care day. So I washed my hair, I blow dried my hair, and I tanned my body and my face. I think it's gonna be very important for me this improvement season to just stay tan. Especially like as my body's changing, I think it's important that I keep up on my tan. Because everyone feels better when they're tan, right? I co-own a yoga, Pilates, and bar studio, and I need to start acting like it. I have not taken a class at Together Yoga and Pilates since we first opened, and it's going on almost 2 years. Something I really want and need to start doing this improvement season is working on my flexibility. So some things I'm gonna start adding in, I'm gonna hold myself to this. Some things I'm gonna start adding in are restorative yoga. I don't want to add in more workouts. My training is enough for me, but I do want to incorporate the Pilates principles because I think it could help with my hip flexibility, with my core strength. I think it could really help my lifts. So what I'm going to start doing is one-on-one Pilates on Thursdays on my rest days. So I have an instructor that has a CrossFit background. Like that's what she's done her whole career is CrossFit, and then she got injured and now she's like transitioning her career to Pilates. So I think that she'd be a very good person to work with on all the things I have going on in my body. So it's not gonna be like an added workout, it's gonna be really intentional so that I can have better lifts in a better improvement season. So I'm really going to start leaning on Together Yoga and Pilates to help elevate my personal goals. So I'm going to 7 p.m. restorative yoga. It's 5 right now. I'm going to eat my next meal at 5:30 so that I have like an hour and a half for my food to digest. It's also a great opportunity to get content. So I'm gonna get some content tonight. And honestly, I really need to work on my evening routine. Something that I'm very passionate about and that I say to all my clients is like, forget your morning routine, your evening routine sets you up for the next day. So I need to reestablish my evening routine because my sleep has been so off just from all the travel that we've been doing. I literally am up at night till like 11 or 12, like editing content. And I really need to get out of that habit because I'm having later mornings and I'm feeling not as good in the morning. So anyways, I need to reestablish a good evening routine, and it's going to start with restorative yoga tonight at 7 p.m. I used to be very flexible when I was young, and now I am not. I'm a little scared for this, to be honest with you. Getting my meals together for tomorrow does not take me much time at all. I'm pretty much already done. I have 2 meals with chicken. So this is gonna be my post-workout, my meal that I'm actually eating right now for tomorrow. So I prep my chicken, my veggie, and then my last meal is beef and veggie. This is asparagus. This is French cut green beans, which are my favorite. So we just have a bag of chicken in the fridge. So I just portion it out the night before. Portion out my fruit. My pre-workout meal is going to be a shake and cream of rice, so I just kind of have to make that on the fly. And then I have a meal with my breakfast meal, so it's eggs and oats. That one I also make on the fly, so I can't really put that together now, but these berries do go with it. So I just weighed these out, and then I'm going to soak them in water and apple cider vinegar to clean them. So that just makes it a little easier tomorrow when I go to put my meals together. Everything else I'll just make when I'm going to eat it. I'm working from home, so it's easier for me to do that. The only thing I have left to portion out is my rice for my post-workout and then my rice for my chicken meal. This is what I'm eating tonight. I need to make more rice. We only have a little bit left. This was all left over. We usually have it in like containers, but this was left over from traveling. So I'll make more of this and then portion it out because I'm guessing Ryan's going to eat this when he gets home.
Dame un grr.
Un qué?
Un grr.
Un qué?
On Tuesday, I decided to do a quick 20-minute face frame to procrastinate my life, and it turned into my first TikTok.
Un qué?
Un grr.
Un qué? Un qué?
Un grr.
Un qué?
Un grr.
¿Qué?
It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 12:58 p.m., and I have 2 minutes until I have to hop on a health coaching call. Health coaching is something that before the businesses, I was doing pretty much full time, and I really enjoyed it. I took my education from integrative nutrition and then the bodybuilding principles and just kind of made a lifestyle approach. I built my clientele from my following on Instagram and from my hair clients. I really enjoyed coaching women during that time in my life. However, when we started up with the businesses, I kind of had to put it down. And so in April, I started to slowly pick it back up, but do it better. So now that competition season's over, I'm gonna start taking on more clients, and I'm super excited about that. This is something like I'm really passionate about, helping other people reach their health, wellness, and fitness goals. It makes the journey mean more to me, and it helps me hold myself to a higher standard when I am leading by example. Right as I went to hop on my health coaching call, I got the best text of my life, because typically I do a Zoom with my health coaching clients that are virtual, and I've been having to FaceTime them because my Zoom account is like only saved on my computer. It's like a whole thing. So anyways, my life has been very difficult because I haven't had my laptop for the past 3 weeks. Torture, honestly. So anyways, I got this text as soon as my health coaching call got over. I got in the car and I'm going to get it right now because I'm guessing it's dead, so it's gonna need a charge. But I get my life back. Best news ever. You guys, it has been a very long 3 weeks, but we got her back. I hope everybody has learned a very valuable lesson. If you're ever traveling, whatever you do, do not learn from my mistakes and do not leave your electronic in a security bin. You may or may not get it back. It's not an easy process. It's really annoying. It only cost me $40, but it cost me a lot of stress. So this is the time of day where this is what I look like. I just want to be comfy, cozy. It's 3:38 p.m. and I only had 20 minutes post-train cardio today, so my step count is not even 6,000 yet. I have so much content to create, put together in my camera roll. I need to clear it out. So I typically am more creative when I'm moving, so I'm gonna go and walk on the treadmill, do some content. I have a couple more meals this evening, and then tomorrow's check-in day. So that's my Wednesday. Good morning. It is Friday, July 25th, 7:57 a.m. The last couple days have been insanity in my world. Yesterday was my check-in day, and it was also my rest day. So for check-in, I was up 2 pounds since Saturday, which normally in the past, I feel like that would have really freaked me out seeing on a scale, but I'm at a really good place with my weight and myself. I've been feeling really good in my body. I could just tell that I was holding a bit of inflammation. My sleep has not been great. I thought being home and in my own bed, I would be sleeping wonderfully. I would be having the best recovery, which is really something I'm trying to prioritize. However, that has not been the case. Every day when I wake up, even today, I wake up and I just like do not feel well rested, and I feel like I got hit by a bus. Like I have to lay there for like 15 minutes to like come into myself. So coach said, don't be alarmed by the uptick in weight. It's really just everything catching up with me. We've had 5 weeks of back-to-back travel, sleeping in hotels, air travel, car travel. excitement from show, lots of waiting, lots of sitting, like 14 hours in the car last week. So everything's really just catching up with me. I'm really early still in the rebound phase, so we're not changing anything at all. We're just staying the course. I'm sticking to my base meal plan, and we're just gonna continue to let my body level out. Being in improvement season, a lot of people think, oh, you have like so much food freedom and you can eat whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. And some people do it that way. I don't, because when you're coming out of show and you don't reverse properly, you can put on a lot of weight and a lot of body fat quickly, and that's not what we're trying to do. It's best for your hormones, it's best for your body, it's best for your mind, it's best for you to really come back into yourself slowly, because if you think about it, if you take 6 months to slowly lose body fat while preserving muscle, you want to reverse or come out of that diet the same way. So that's exactly what we're doing this weekend. I will not get a meal off plan. We're keeping it clean and establishing a very strong foundation. In doing that, hopefully some of the inflammation will come off if I maximize on recovery. My training is to be very intentional, not to run myself into the ground, not to hit PRs, maintain my weights and make every rep count. Don't want to dig a recovery hole by pushing too hard too soon. So my goals this week are really just to try to get the best sleep that I possibly can, maximize on recovery, stay the course with my diet, and then hopefully the inflammation will come off, and with that we should see my weight level out as well. And there will be a time and a place for meals off plan and cheat meals and treats and all the things. That's typically a weekly for my improvement season. It was last time. But right now, it's most important to have a strong foundation, and I'm totally fine with that. For me, too, we have added a little bit more variety into my regular plan. My food's higher, so it's enjoyable for me. It's way more sustainable, and we're even, discussing bringing in some more foods. Previously, the last 2 years, my diet has literally been rice, turkey, chicken, vegetables, no fruit. Really got my body in a really good rhythm. It really helped me learn this process. It really helped me stay consistent. But I will say I did struggle a bit last improvement season, just because as the food got higher, we didn't add any variety in. So I was just eating like a shit ton of rice. And my stomach didn't love it. So we're discussing bringing in some different foods, but all the foods that I'm eating, we want it to be very intentional as far as what micro and macronutrients I'm taking in and what vitamins they have in them and all the things. So that's something we'll look into in the coming weeks. But right now we just need a very strong baseline, and then week over week we'll start layering in those night meals, those meals off plan, and all the things. So that's it for this week's check-in. Now that I've got my laptop back, I've been catching up on so many projects, so much work. So that has consumed a lot of my time. Also, we are trying to sell our home, and yesterday we had 2 showings pop up for today. So I spent like the second half of yesterday was cleaning our house and getting it ready for these showings. And then also on the business front, I manage 16 instructors and our yoga and Pilates studio, which operates 7 days a week. Classes start at 5 a.m. and at 8 p.m. So yesterday I woke up to problems. We had a sick instructor who was teaching like 5 classes yesterday. So in the midst of me trying to check in, I was putting out fires, damage control. The great thing is, like, I have built such a great team at our yoga and Pilates studio. Like, everybody is so wonderful in the community. The members are so wonderful. So when little mishaps do happen, it's not as bad as it used to be, because I do have people willing to help out, but so much of it does fall on my shoulders just because we don't have that back end support. Like, we don't have a receptionist, we don't have a manager. Like, I take on all of those roles. So when things do happen, typically it happens in the night, and then the fires need to be put out early in the morning and like immediately. So that was pretty much all of my morning and afternoon yesterday. Right now I'm getting ready for the gym. I'm gonna do my lower body B-day. My lower body on Monday and Friday are my 2 hardest workouts of the week. So I'm really gonna try to get the most out of this without running myself into the ground. I have 20 minutes post-train cardio, and then we've got a couple showings, and then I have a meeting with the yoga and Pilates studio at 2:30, and that will be my Friday. 2:18 p.m. I am heading into the studio to have a quick staff meeting. After my training, Ryan and the dogs picked me up. My training is much longer than Ryan's, so by the time I got my entire workout in and my cardio done, he did his workout, ran home, grabbed the dogs, came and picked me up. We drove around for like an hour and a half. It is so annoying trying to sell your home and having big dogs, because when we do showings, we don't want our big dogs jumping on people. Like, that doesn't sell the house. So we went through this years ago. We were trying to sell. It's like a whole thing to prepare the house to show and then to get the dogs away. And then it's so annoying because it's raining today. The first showing ended up canceling and the second one rescheduled for tomorrow. So we literally wasted hours of our day. I'm now running in to do a quick staff meeting. Summer months at the studio, we just have lower attendance. We're just kind of navigating the slower times and trying to best support our employees, but also looking out for the longevity of the business. You guys, managing people is so weird. It's the strangest thing, having to be in charge. Truly stepping into this, it's certainly pushed me as a person to voice my expectations. Nobody is ever going to care and take care of your business as much as you. And so when you hold people accountable to doing good at their job, it makes a world of difference. I will say with the yoga and Pilates studio, I do enjoy our instructors because they're so passionate about helping people look and feel their best, and they have creative ideas to bring to the table, and they really do just want to grow the business, which is very refreshing. I will never ever in my life claim to know it all, because I never saw myself managing the yoga and Pilates studio. The goal from the beginning was having someone to manage the spa and someone to manage the Pilates studio. I was never supposed to be doing what I'm doing right now. And so I've just really had to figure it out as I go, and having people that are genuine and genuinely want to see it succeed and understand the vision and understand me and who I am. And it has truly been so helpful, and we have created such a wonderful space. And so having these hard conversations from time to time, they're understanding and they get it, and then they bring ideas to the table to help, grow the business, or they're always looking ahead. Anyways, meeting went well. I ran to Jewel because we needed a few things. I feel like I'm having a bit of an appetite. So food feelings this week, I'm really good being on plan. I did not get a meal off plan this weekend, and I was honestly okay with that because I've been navigating all these digestive woes with the protein powder bloating me. So we'll say at night I do get a little bit snacky. I have not allowed myself to snack. I have stayed 100% on plan, but I do kind of feel a little bit of those snacky urges, and then I just make like a tea or a drink instead. So appetite's definitely there, but I'm sticking to the plan. Saturday, July 26th, 3:55 p.m. I said earlier this week that everything was catching up with me physically, right? And I feel like mentally and emotionally there's been a little bit more of a delay. And I feel like the last 24 hours is kind of just like smacking me in the face. I feel like reality is really just like starting to settle in, and my mind and my body trying to settle in. And then we have so much change happening and so much responsibility in our lives, right? So I'm here to share the journey in all aspects. So what's on the forefront, what we've been up to, is navigating trying to sell our home. And so we had a couple showings yesterday that ghosted, and then they ended up happening today. So this morning we had a showing at 8 a.m. and then we had a showing that was supposed to be at noon, and then they showed up at like 2. So the 8 a.m. actually asked us how soon we could be out, and we anticipate them giving us an offer. I feel like that made it feel very real, because we've been trying to sell our house for like years and nobody wants to buy it. And then just hearing that, I feel like I got very emotional, because it just kind of like hit me. I've lived here for 7 years, like this is my home. I think what a lot of people don't realize is when you are a business owner and you take the leap and you take the risk and you invest all of your time, your energy, and your money into something, like you cannot let it fail at any cost, right? And so longevity wise, because Ryan plans in decades, and ultimately that's the reason why we will succeed. But we're selling our home to relieve our financial stress, so to downsize, and it's kind of like a bittersweet thing on top of a bittersweet thing that just ended, which was competition season. I feel like I had a bit of a reality check this morning, and I got a little emotional and then a little reflective. When you have 7 years worth of memories in a home, you're leaving that for the unknown, right? So I guess maybe like what's upsetting and scary for me is like the uncertainty. You know, Ryan tries to talk me off the ledge and rationalize things as he always does because he's just the best. And I try to do my best to stay level-headed and be understanding, because in business you have to be. But I am the emotional one. I took my emotions and I went to the gym and had a good back day, but my whole day has just kind of been reflecting on the past 7 years, and a lot has come up for me, like how it started, kind of just going back like in my whole career, because I feel like when I do get emotional, I tend to dig deep and go back to my why. I try to like put my armor up and be strong. I self-reflect a lot on all of the hard times I've had before that I've made it through, that have gotten me to this point. My whole journey I've shared online. I've always shared my journey. I feel like that's truly what brought a lot of the connections and a lot of the opportunities in my life, is sharing the hard times. I guess I'll share that with you. My mind too kind of is like, you know, this is a story that we're gonna tell someday, right? About all the sacrifices we had to make. And then I just think like back to all the sacrifices that I have made and all of the opportunities that I have gotten, all of the hard times I've overcome to get those opportunities. So I try to reframe my mind in that way and think back to like early on in my career when I was 19. I was 1 year into my first salon job and had the guts to choose myself after my male boss sexually harassed and exploited me, and my female boss tried to silence me and give me a raise. I chose myself, and that was the same guts. My 19-year-old self had weeding tables for 9 months, 7 days a week, to save all my money, to have the same guts that my 21-year-old self had to walk into a salon in New York City, in Manhattan, and ask for a job. Those same guts had me move there a month later and work 7 days a week, sleep on an air mattress for 3 months, live the dream. Those same guts knew when it was time to move on. And those same guts said yes to a first date with someone 20 years older than me. And those same guts put on a bikini for the first time and started this crazy thing called bodybuilding. And those same guts said yes to something I said I would never do, which was get married. Those same guts decided to risk it all and open 2 businesses. And those same guts keep showing up every day. I don't like to dwell on the past, and I don't look back often, but when I do, it's to remember how far I've come. It's to remember those difficult times, and it's to remember that by sharing those difficult times and those struggles, it's connected me to really wonderful people in my life, and it's opened a lot of doors. So sharing my struggles as a business owner so far, no other business owner has ever judged me. If anything, it's created connection and actually led to friendships and opportunities within the community. And same with bodybuilding. Sharing my bodybuilding journey, I have never been judged by a professional. If anything, I've been encouraged to continue sharing my story. Times where I question if I should share the journey, or I second guess myself. But then I remember all of the opportunities that have come through sharing the journey, because most people don't. Especially as a business owner, a lot of people don't have a social media presence. They're very private. The difference between those business owners and me, they pretend everything's good, great, and wonderful, and then they close their doors out of nowhere, or they're drinking a bottle of wine a night or bellied up at the bar to deal with the stresses that come along with being a business owner, or they're not taking care of themselves. Whereas for me, I might spend a lot of my time sharing the journey, posting that I'm in the gym, or posting products that I believe in or that I love, or sharing my beauty regimen, or sharing my workout routine. But I am exactly who I say I am. I'm passionate about helping people look and feel their best, and that's the lifestyle that I live. If I'm not working towards building a connection online or in real life, or working to build a business in some way, I'm working to build myself. I will never pretend like the transition from being self-employed to co-owning 2 businesses and employing 30 people. I will never pretend like that was an easy transition, because it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I'll never pretend like I had any idea what I was doing 99% of the time. And I will never pretend like I was the right person for most of the roles that I had no choice but to step into. But what I can say is that I gave my best every single day, that I am exactly who I say I am. I do exactly what I say I'm going to do. And all said and done, no matter if we fail or succeed, I will not have lost myself or my marriage as a result. Living the dream for me is building a life and a brand where I can be myself. I do not like the word boss. I do not like the term leadership. Being KP Hair Color, I worked with and for myself as long as I possibly could until I needed help. And once I needed help, I started hiring people that saw the value in what I was doing and that wanted the opportunity to learn and to do hair in a way that was different and that was exciting and was about a good customer experience in different environments, in different cities, in different salons. But we produced amazing work and had amazing vibes. And the way I taught was simply by doing. For me, it's not telling people what to do, how to do it, when to do it. It's showing them and giving them the tools. I think my strength is seeing somebody's potential and giving them the space and the opportunity to step into that, to take what I give them and to make it their own. And that's also been the most fulfilling thing for me, is to watch people step into themselves and build their confidence and really giving people the space to reach their full potential. But I also think my weakness is wanting people to reach their potential more than they want it themselves, because you can't do it for them. I do believe that my past experiences, all of them, have qualified me for my current role right now. I do not at all enjoy managing people. It was never my dream in life to be a manager. I will say, as being a business owner, more so like to lead by example, by the actions that I take daily. For me, it's more about providing a space where people can step into their potential. All these thoughts and feelings are coming up for me because it's a difficult time, and I've been in difficult times before, and I try to remember those times and things that have come from them. Some of the greatest opportunities in my life were from either me choosing myself or from doors closing in my face. Some of the greatest collaborations that I never even saw coming came from me sharing my journey online. Most of the opportunities that I've gotten in my life were from asking for it and from sharing my journey and being myself. My intent with this is to hopefully inspire other people to do the same, because everybody has a story. I remind myself that it's not the people above me that are ever judging me or ever critiquing me. They're giving me nothing but encouragement. The people that are judging you, the people that are telling you that you're not doing good enough or you're not doing it right, or the people that voice that you're making them uncomfortable by sharing your journey, are the people that aren't where they want to be or aren't who they want to be, because they haven't stepped into their full potential. But they should. They absolutely should. Good things come out of sharing the journey. Nothing bad has ever come out of me sharing the journey. And so I want to encourage you to share your journey too, because it can and will inspire somebody. share the struggles. That's what makes us human. That's what builds connection. Back to the fitness front. My new protein is here, so I'm gonna try that this evening. And then I feel like the physical and mental is all kind of like piling on me right now, and then all of the life changes, but I'll get through it. I always do. I'm just trying to like lean into being vulnerable and sharing it, and doing this helps. So as far as food feelings go, I'm doing good. Ryan is on day 2 of no carbs. So he has still not been sleeping. He kind of enjoyed his whole week post-show, but he is trying to get the inflammation down in his body from all of his food fun. He's kind of on the other side of it now and trying to get back into his routine. I think we're close to being like fully regrouped mentally and physically, and hopefully we'll be able to use that as fuel for our personal goals, for our business goals, and for getting our off season started off on the right foot. So that's where I'm at today. It's Sunday, July 27th, 4:14 p.m. I am wrapping up my week. I am wrapping up this YouTube. I guess when you're a business owner, the days all kind of blend together. Sunday is kind of like my Friday, it feels like. I don't know. I don't really get a weekend ever. I never really know what day it is, to be honest with you. So to me, it feels like I'm wrapping up my week because I'm wrapping up this YouTube. Today was my rest day, and today we were in center at Forever Young. Rest days for me look like waking up, doing my fasted cardio, and we were right out the door to be at center at 9 a.m. When I am in center, I am doing all of the dirty work, I guess you can say. I feel like a lot of people probably think that Ryan does all of the grunt work, but it's actually me. I'm really a do-it-myselfer. I have no shame. If something needs done and I need it done right now, I will do it. I take a lot of pride in the cleanliness of our facilities. I'm typically the one doing most of the dirty work. My last 8 weeks in prep, I was pretty low energy and low-key fighting for my life. So now that my energy is back up, I am trying to get myself on some sort of a schedule with my cleaning duties. We have fewer staff in on the weekends, so Sundays are typically a good day for me to do that because it's rest day. So today I did all of my duties, everything from cleaning toilets to doing the windows to the Pilates studio. Joys of being a business owner. I think sometimes people forget that being a small business, we don't really have the budget or the luxury right now to invest in a cleaning crew, so someone has to do it. I do take a lot of pride in our facilities. Based on client experience and Google reviews, it means a lot to me that people do think our facilities are nice and clean, because they are. I think the reality is that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you are. It will be a big day when we're able to invest in services to free up some of this time for me, but right now we're 19 months into business and we do what we have to do. That was pretty much my whole day. Now I'm just kind of setting myself up for the rest of the week, it being a rest day. Follow my rest day meal plan, which is lower carbs. However, I think I've had more steps and burned more calories than my back day yesterday. Unintentionally. This is a very active rest day, let's call it that. So reflecting on this week as a whole, just over 3 weeks post-show, and funny enough, Saturday was USA's, and initially when my coach gave me my shows for the season, USA's was in the plan. So it was Atlantic States, and then Universe, and then the backup show was USA's. But because of life and finances and feedback too, we decided to not do USA's and to start my improvement season early. So instead of me just starting improvement season now, I'm 3 weeks into improvement season, but watching everybody compete at USA's over the weekend, I didn't really have FOMO. Like, low-key I did, because I was like, oh, you know, I'm supposed to be there. But also, based on the feedback, I think for me it was more exciting to start working towards my improvements so that I could have a better competition season next year. I think big picture, my goal is I want to feel like a professional when I get my pro card. Like, I want to feel like I'm already there. And this season, I really didn't feel like that. So I really want to like come into myself as a professional, and I really want to feel like I've earned it. I know it'll be my time, whereas it's matter more so when, not if. Reflecting again, this was like more of an emotional week for me. I'm really just trying to embrace this season of life and kind of get my new normal. I think every day I'm just trying to feel the best that I possibly can, and unfortunately this week I wasn't feeling the best physically, and I have been kind of going through it mentally. But these are the weeks that are uncomfortable are the weeks that you grow, and they count too. They count probably more than the weeks that you are feeling strong, because the weeks that you are feeling strong in your mind and in your body, you recognize it when you have weeks like these. So that's where we're at mentally, physically, building the body, building the brand, building my forever. I'm just really looking forward to having a more aligned off season that I can really pour into myself and the businesses and our future. There's so much uncertainty and risk when you bet on yourself, whether that's in business, whether that's in bodybuilding, really any dream that you're chasing. And I guess me, I'm a dreamer. I just spend all my time betting on myself, and I'm scared shitless all of the time. If I wasn't doing that, I don't know what else I would be doing. Truthfully, Ryan's still napping. He's still really coming back into himself. He's like a week and a half behind me. I think after maybe one more week, once Ryan kind of gets back to his baseline and we're on the same wavelength, things will really kind of level out for us. And I'm like 3 weeks post-show. He's like a week and a half. Our minds and our bodies are both in very vulnerable states right now. And I think, like, for me, it's a big deal to even be able to share my day-to-day. So I'm excited that I'm able to do that. I'm excited to take you guys along for the ride. I guess the key takeaway from this week is just to share the journey. If you're going to be brave with your life, you might as well be brave with your story. I'm looking forward to another week of sharing the journey, keeping up with KP. I'll see you guys soon.